Hi, Clay Nazer with Bluon here. I'm going to be running you through a Bluon for Business demo. Everything available under the Bluon app here. Um, Having full access to this, your technicians out in the field on both phone and or tablet, Apple, all the way through Google, Android, all good there. So there's also a desktop version. I'll follow up with another demo of the desktop version as well of how we can support not only your technicians in the field, but also any parts team, so forth, management, and you name it. So on the home page here, you're going to notice a couple different buttons here. Search models and parts here from the top, search support across the bottom, and I'll show you where we can dive into those as well. Hitting the search tab across the top. Quickest, easiest way to get started is to hit the model scan here in the top right. And whether I'm at that nameplate directly at that customer's home, at that job site, I can scan that nameplate real time. Or maybe if I have stuff indexed in my phone, I can upload from my phone there as well. So obviously you'll see my head here for a second. And I'm going to act like real time. I'm in the field scanning this nameplate and decoding all of this necessary info real time for me, as you'll see here. So this Goodman GSX 13, real time within seconds, model detail info, serial number, specs here below of that model. And then the big key is going to be that warranty and model age info, as you see here. We won't know if it's directly registered with that manufacturer, but we will be able to give you all a good starting age range of that piece of equipment. You'll notice the one-click share button. This will copy and paste all of that information below directly into your prospective FSM, your internal system, however you guys want to use it there under that customer note bulletin, use it for marketing, however you guys see fit there. From there, the quickest, easiest way for me to get to the next page of data is hitting search model number. It will auto-populate that GSX 13 in the model scan on in the search tab here at the top, and I can click directly into that first one. This will pull up all the necessary manuals, parts functionality, and also the support function as well. So that's the quickest, easiest way, a couple seconds away, and you have all the necessary data and functionality you will need. I'm going to backtrack out of here just a couple more steps to show you how to piece together models and parts as well. So maybe the model scan, hey, maybe that piece of equipment's weathered, faded. I can only read a couple characters on it. You are still all set from there. As long as you can see three characters under the model search, GSX, obviously we'll pull up everything GSX related in our database. On the part view, same view. As long as you can hold that physical part in your hand and read three characters off of it, you can piece together everything in our database, 76K, no matter if it's at the beginning, middle, or end of that part number, as you see. From there, you're going to see pick up where you left off. This is going to revert back to a history of models that your technicians are coming across. Our database does range from resi, light commercial, heavy commercial, chillers, boilers, water heaters, thermostats, VRF systems, you name it. We are constantly adding to the database, keeping it up to date, new 454 equipment, you name it. From there, most search brands, obviously your big familiar brands here at the top. After that, we go all brands, Aon all the way down to York. We're a completely brand agnostic database. We have about 20 million unique model numbers in counting and about 60 million unique part numbers in counting. And when I say in counting, we are constantly adding to this living, breathing, working database. Just for thoughts, we just added 120,000 York commercial models and about 7,000 train models. So we are constantly adding to it, as you know, the ever-changing HVAC industry. So diving in here, and for sakes of this demo, I'm just going to be on a 2-ton residential model. Like I mentioned before, we do range across the industry, whether residential, commercial, you name it. So diving in here directly from whether I'm in the model scan or from the search tab there at the top, first and foremost is having all the necessary manuals right at my fingertips within seconds, a couple clicks away. The days of going to Google, manuallibs.com, hopefully finding the right manual, hopefully finding the right wiring diagram, those days are gone. Within seconds, I have all the necessary data. So zoom in and out works great, whether I'm on phone and or tablet. Wiring diagram, self-explanatory, but just showing you the ease of use here. Click hide there. I mean, I'm going to skip over support and I'll go down to original parts first. So what you're going to see here is a full BOM of every relevant piece of information for that 2-ton model above. Condenser motor, capacitor, fan blade, all the way down to the nuts and bolts of this model, as you see. Scrolling back up, we'll focus in on the motor here. So right off the bat, I have the motor, I have that OEM part number, and then two important points here. You're going to see 92 replacements in blue, obviously the replacement numbers below each part. And then you will notice a one-click share button next to every single part number. Clicking into this motor a step further, this will expand out the full spec list, and then we will click into the 92 known replacements. Our database goes OEM to OEM, and then also OEM to aftermarket. So maybe, hey, I'm a week out on that Daikin Amana Goodman part. Maybe I can piece together that customer with an aftermarket, an A.O. Smith. Maybe I can scroll down a little further to a Broad Ocean. Make sure you are utilizing the search tab at the top as well. Type in Mars. Now I have two Mars part numbers to match with that Goodman OEM. So the use cases there are really endless on how it can support you. Included the one-click share button, like I mentioned, next to every single part. This is for ease of use, whether I'm connecting with my distributor on the front end or I'm sending it to anybody at the back office, anybody doing any parts procurement and so forth. And when I hit the one-click share button, back office or distributor both go to the same place. They both take me to the one-click copy functionality. So just keep that in mind. That's for some down the road stuff we have coming. This will allow me to email it, text it, copy and paste it, however I see fit to fit it into my workday. When I hit the one-click copy, a good bit of information is going to be included here. First and foremost will be a business.bluon internal link. When you send this to your parts team or your service manager, you name it, they will be able to pull up this same view and it will have that OEM part number and then the 92 known replacements attached to that as well. Included in the one-click copy is the Goodman OEM part number and then also the 2-ton model number that I'm working on. So wherever I'm sending that information, whether to the distributor or to our back office team, everyone has every relevant piece of information they're going to need to help support me. So that's the parts functionality. Scrolling back up here to the support tab. So there's two functionalities of support. Master Mechanic. Master Mechanic is our in-house AI tool. It's all built off of real live tech support calls. We took about 150,000 calls ranging across the industry. Technicians calling in to Bluon veteran technicians, 20, 30, 40 industry knowledge vets there. So when I hit support directly from this tab, it will pull up Master Mechanic and it already goes ahead and searches the model that I'm working on. I see you're asking about Goodman GSX 14, this 2-ton model. I can quick reference any of the parts list. I can quick reference any of the manuals. You'll see pre-troubleshooting steps based on types of issues common to that 2-ton model, or the best way to use it, as you see my mouse is going over, is the voice to text. Talking into this tool, just like if I was calling OEM, just like if I was calling one of my lead service managers or techs, hey, I'm working on this Goodman. I've done X, Y, and Z. My gauges are reading this. What do I test next? Giving it as much information as you can. I'm going to hit just the pre-troubleshooting here just to kind of expand out and we'll dive into it. So I'm going to hit compressor not starting. I can add more details like, hey, gauge readings, compressor hot to touch, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. Any details you have, the more the better there. I'm going to hit skip just so we can keep rolling here. So compressor not starting, normal flowchart style scenario here. Just like tech support, somebody would be walking me through the steps in the process in this normal checklist here. So after I go down the checklist, any power supply issues, any capacitor or contactor issues, thermostat control board, and kind of narrowing down process of elimination here. Maybe I do run into the compressor issues here. Once I get down to the bottom, you will see ask follow-up. The key here is Master Mechanic is super conversational. So I can say as a follow-up, compressor really hot to the touch. Reading, oh well, what do I test next? Don't worry about typos, understands tech lingo, slang. So if you are using the voice chat, just keep that in mind. There's no right or wrong way to prompt this tool. So obviously I'm reading OL, open line here. Compressor's really hot to touch. It will address this like that same flowchart scenario here, and then dial into the issues from there. Couple different bottoms here on just the efficiency side. Obviously, the voice chat, using the play audio button. Maybe I'm on a roof, I'm in an attic. Let me just put my phone in my pocket, hit play audio. It will read out that answer and solution set to me. One click copy. Super easy to copy and paste this chat history directly into a notes section, into our FSM. Use it under a maintenance call, however you see fit there. Feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down. While this is an AI tool, there's always the human element behind the tool as well. So we are constantly going in, QCing these answer and solution sets. Thumbs up, great, let us know. If it was a thumbs down, definitely give us an incorrect, incomplete, other. Provide your all's feedback. Our veteran techs automatically go in and QC those answers. That's how we keep this tool running at a great rate. We're getting about 1,500 to 3,000 questions into the tool. We're running about a 98, 99% correct rate. So that's how we obviously make that tool even better than what it already is. And then last little bit here on the efficiency gain under tools. So last thing we need to do, we finish up a job summary, we finish up that customer's home, you name it, hit generate job summary here. Based on the chat history, this will create a technical job summary based on everything I just fed Master Mechanic above. So obviously it's going to address all of those issues in a paragraph form. I can hit the one-click copy, take that into our FSM, use it as I see fit from there. So that's the functionality directly from the model tab. When I hit get support directly from the model I'm working on. When I hit support from the bottom, it still opens up Master Mechanic, same great tool, same functionality, just a little bit different view here. So you see up here, there's no specific model just yet. I haven't gone in and said, hey, I'm working on so-and-so. It's more of a open forum here. I have troubleshooting steps here, residential, commercial. I can dive into there, residential air handler, will not, fan won't run. I can add more details. I can skip the troubleshooting, or I have the open forum voice to text, or I can type into the tool. So any scenario of questions here, and I'll bubble one in. So I'm going to say a train TAM 9 reading 8 VDC between D and B. What should I check? So you'll see this is just kind of an open forum. I can give it as little of info up front or as much info. It may ask me for model specifics, you name it, but it will be a very guided chat there as you see here. So this will address that train and the voltage issues, and then it will tell me how to troubleshoot and what should I expect from there. And then same tool, very conversational to continue to build into that tool. Awesome. So that is the full rundown of the app version, how it will support your technicians in the field, all the way from, first getting started on that job, having all the necessary correct manuals right off the bat, all the way through tech support, through Master Mechanic, becoming more efficient, more confident techs out in the field. And then obviously on the back end, best supporting any parts, whether it's on the front end with your technician or supporting your parts team on the back end and help transferring that data over as well. I will also follow up with the desktop version of runs you through that as well, but a quick 5-minute demo there. Really appreciate the time with you all today. Any questions, feel free, bubble it up to myself, get it over to our team. We'll be happy to hop on a call and further discuss with you guys. Appreciate it.